Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the Crypto Mining Morning Show, your one-stop shop for all things cryptocurrency mining and other news revolving around cryptocurrency. At the beginning of the stream, what you saw there was an RX 6900 XT dual mining Ethereum and TON. Now, this is pretty huge stuff because essentially what we're talking about is more profitability across all GPUs in your mining farm. We'll talk about it, of course, today after the ad. The other topics we got going on is all AMD news. We have the RX 7000 series rumored to release this year, as well as the refresh on the 6900 XT series or 6000 XT series, and they're going to be getting a 50 SKU, which is going to basically include faster memory speeds at 18 gigabits per second of GDDR6. Then we're going to hop into the mining revenue for the day. I have not adjusted over to this new setup that we're going to be talking about here, but I will be trying to move some of my farm over there. We'll talk about some of the caveats with that as well, because there are some surrounding it. Thanks again, everybody that supports the channel and shows up for the Crypto Mining Morning Show, and make sure you guys share it out with your friends or anybody that's getting interested in, of course, cryptocurrency. Let's go ahead and run the ad for the day. It's brought to you by myself. Today's sponsor is myself. To support the channel, click the join button below the video and you will get access to our privately hosted Rocket Chat. Selecting the $1.99 option will get you access, and after that you need to head over to the membership tab, scroll down, and expand out your membership perks. Find the section for connecting on social media, and in that section there will be a secret registration URL to join Rocket Chat, where you can sign up to enjoy talking with other cryptocurrency enthusiasts and miners without spammers, scammers, or bots. All right, starting things off today, we have a new miner release from LOL Miner. This is big news, boys. Like I said, it was running at the beginning of the stream. What you saw there was a single GPU mining Ethereum at full hash power and TON at about, 80 to 90% of what it would normally do on TON anyways. So we're getting extra profit. Let's talk about it. So here's the changes for LOL Miner 1.43, released 7 hours ago. Added support for real dual mining, ETH hash, ETC hash, UB cache, and TON. Supported on NVIDIA Turing and Ampere GPUs, as well as AMD Fury and AMD RX 400 series and newer. Fee is 1%. You can see how to configure it here. It took me a little bit to figure it out this morning because for whatever reason, the version that I downloaded did not come with the pre-made batch file. And then I was like, weird. And I re-downloaded it and it came with the pre-made batch file, but I had already figured it out myself. Anyways, a tuning guide can be found here. This is going to be important because basically, if you have, if you're going to want to get some overclock ideas, they're going to help you figure it out. For example, the 6900 XT between 1250 and 2000 megahertz. Right now, back there, it's not running at all as far as overclocked. Everything's stock. It's actually a fresh install of Windows 11. Reason being is, as you guys can see, we kind of made some changes back here. We got two test benches. We have a white and a pink one and a blue and a black one. They're both Praxis. I'm pretty excited about it. We have Intel on this side and AMD on this side, so we're fully covered as far as test benches go. All right, let's get back into this. Important note, mining TON will start after about a minute or after the LHR detection. The algorithm needs to tune to your clocks for balancing ET hash and TON mining ideally. Make sure your overclock settings do not change after this point and your ventilation and power supply are good enough so the card can sustain the chosen settings. This is going to be important because you may be building out your Ethereum mining rigs and you got them all out there, you need to take into account that this particular process is going to require more power. The reason this works is because TON primarily, not even primarily, pretty much exclusively uses clocks or cores. Sorry, core clock, the GPU core, while Ethereum primarily uses the memory. Right? So this is why you can get basically 100% or near 100% performance on TON and 100% performance on Ethereum. And this is big, big news. You apply that across an entire farm of RX 6000 series or RTX 3000 series, we're talking about increasing profits significantly, but that also means you are going to increase the power consumption as well as the heat being dispersed. Cards that are going to suffer the most will be like the RTX 3090 because you're adding more heat to an already hot card. So you could see some suffering of the memory modules just from thermal throttling. So things like making sure your power supply is big enough to handle the extra power, right? You have enough sufficient power on that rig is going to be important. And then making sure that you have the ventilation, just as they note here, because you are not going to basically, it's not going to be the same as just mining Ethereum. This is big, big, big stuff here. You need to pay attention to it. Important note, too, on NVIDIA GPUs, we recommend a very high power limit or none set at all. Plus locked core clock for ideal mining experiences. Variable clocks or low power limits might give inconsistent or non-ideal results. Added parameter max dual impact to limit the impact of dual mining to the hash rate of the primary algorithm. Can be a comma separated list of values if needed. Important note, for many Vega based GPUs, the default is too low to start dual mining at all. Use a very high value, e.g. 25 to start it. Added support for split hash rate of ET hash, ETC hash, and UB cache to two different pools with user chosen distribution. Useful for shared power rigs or to apply an own fee when hosting mining. So there you go there. Added support to mine any two algorithms. LOL miner supports simultaneously on different cards, but within the same miner instance. Change the miner stats API to cover the new split and dual mining opportunities. Please make sure your mining operating system integrator of the miner is up to date and make sure it's compatible. This is obviously going to be doable on HiveOS as well. And I already have some tweets at me this morning where essentially this is working. Detroit Irish, thank you for the tweets this morning. I know you got the 6900 working. You did get the 3000 series working as well as what he got. And then he's experiencing some of those heat issues there. So keep that in mind. That's going to be a big one. Okay. So what we got now is pretty much, the rest of this is pretty much all covering around this, all the settings here. So what I want to look at, of course, is going to be profitability increase from this. Once again, here's the test bench running it. It's a fresh install of Windows 11, so it actually doesn't even have the official AMD drivers installed on it yet. I just woke up this morning and downloaded the miner and started testing, and then I completely forgot to do it, so I don't have overclocks applied. But as you can see, we're getting good results. So what does this basically interpret into for mining profitability is the question. And I have that kind of pulled up here for you guys. With the 6900 XT, what you're at is $2.39 a day after power. But we also need to take into account that the power is going to change here a little bit. It's going to be a little weird. So I don't have the full power numbers up yet. So we're just going to be talking revenue right now, because it's not going to be like doubled in power cost, right? But that is going to play a part. But if we're just talking revenue, we're talking $2.75 a day on Ethereum. And if we go over to TON with the 3.4 gigahash a second, we're talking about another $2.40 a day. So in revenue, we're getting an extra $2.40 a day on a 6900 XT. Revenue there then means that we are at $5.15 a day after or before power. So with revenue, if we compared that to a single RTX 3090, for example, just solo mining or mining Ethereum, that's $4.90 a day. So the 6900 XT in this dual mining mode is technically the better buy. The only thing that we have to talk about there, of course, is both of these projects that we're dual mining and getting the most profit out of, both Ethereum and TON, are pretty much slated to go away for mining at some point. And then we're looking at proof of work coins that are more profitable on, the 3090, for example. That being said, the 3090 should be, of course, more than the 490 in revenue if we did the same to it for the dual mining, but it is clearly causing thermal issues on the 3000 series from best I can tell so far on the early reports. Anyways, this is the biggest news, I think, for mining farm profitability on GPUs in quite some time. I would expect, if larger farms start catching on, to see the difficulty on TON increasing significantly. So get on it while you can. Get those early profits out of that TON coin and get going. I'm going to be converting my farm over as I can. The problem I have is I'm mining on a hotspot. And that means I get kilobits a second downloading, and I have to download the new LOL miner across 16 rigs, right? So it's going to take me probably all weekend to get it deployed personally. So there's that. All right, let's talk about AMD confirming Rdna 3 GPUs are indeed coming in 2022. This is very odd news to me because, well, we're aware of the new variants with the faster memory speed also coming out. Rdna 3 is not to be confused with a 6950X or a 6850X, etc. This is the Radeon 7000 series launch. So we're going to be getting a ton of AMD GPUs, new SKUs at least, paper launches at the very least, throughout 2022. And basically what I would consider a pretty odd move. Let's get into it. So this is coming from videocards.com. AMD confirms Rdna 3 GPUs are indeed coming in 2022. It has been a while since AMD made any public references to Rdna 3, the next GPU architecture for Radeon 7000 series. AMD Radeon 7000 series, a successor to the never available RX 6000 series, should launch by the end of this year. During the 2021 earnings call, AMD CEO Lisa Su confirmed that this year we'll see several important launches such as AMD Zen 4 CPU architecture and Rdna 3 GPUs. While AMD Desktop Ryzen series did not see an update since the introduction of Vermeer, a transition to the new AM5 socket supporting DDR5 memory and PCI Gen 5 standard might also be a great opportunity to upgrade the GPU as well, assuming that they will actually be available. This would be the first time an all AMD high-end system could be made at nearly the same time. I think a lot of people are missing the fact that the AMD GPUs are available. And actually, Paul's Hardware is like the only large tech channel who I saw came out with a video that was like, you can build a high-end gaming PC right now and go down to Micro Center and grab yourself a 6900 XT for $1,500 like that. Like, you can do that. I guess it's weird that they're saying never available when if I go to Micro Center, the 6000 series are just swamped on the shelves. You can do it. It just depends on if you want to pay the price, right? All right, so turning to 2022, this is coming from Dr. Lisa Su, CEO of AMD. Demand for our product is very strong, and we look forward to another year of significant growth and share gains as we ramp up our current products and launch our next wave of Zen 4 CPUs and Rdna 3 GPUs. We have also made significant investments to secure the capacity needed to support our growth in 2022 and beyond. AMD Rdna 3 is using an advanced node as per official slides. Unofficially though, Rdna 3 will be using TSMC N5 and N6 processors by combining GPU chipsets on a single die. We're talking about the same chiplet idea, I guess, that they utilized on the CPUs are moving to the GPUs. This is going to be a big deal for specifically core performance. We aren't really necessarily sure if this is going to impact memory. I don't think it will, and I don't think it will necessarily increase the performance for specifically mining, but it is a big deal, and it's pretty cool that they're bringing this technology over from the CPU side. The Rdna 3 architecture is to feature 3 Navi 3X GPU designs offering up to 60 Rdna workgroups or 15,360 stream processors by using 2 GPU dies. It is rumored that there might even be 2 GPUs within multi-chip module design, Navi 31 and Navi 32, while the Navi 33 is supposedly a monolithic design. However, thus far, no specifications have been confirmed yet, and there seems to be some speculation about Navi 33 actually being a smaller part than previously thought. Either way, there's quite a lot going on AMD roadmaps right now, but the company did not share any specific dates yet. Also, we are not yet sure if 2022 promises refer to product launches or just their announcements. Okay. After all, some of the Navi 3X chips may still see a delay into 2023. And here's kind of the basic specifications that are expected. And the ones that we're really worried about, right, is going to be the memory and the bus. So on the top end model, the rumors are essentially you're going to have 32 gigabytes of GDDR6 across a 256-bit bus. I would assume that's going to be the 18 gigabits per second of GDDR6. I was hoping that we would get a 384-bit bus for mining, but it is what it is. Now, of course, higher capacity of the memory plus, I don't know, the higher speed should mean that we are getting a total bandwidth increase, but that's yet to be seen. On the lower end model, it looks like it's a 192-bit bus. And then on the low end model, the monolithic design presumably would be a 128-bit bus. So these are kind of preliminary specifications. Pretty crazy that they're already talking about a potential launch in 2022 of both Zen 4 CPUs and Rdna 3 GPUs. But it would be pretty amazing if they did get that out. Of course, they are already talking about an April release for the 6950 XT, which is basically going to be a refresh of the 6900 XT that we have running over here, but with faster GDDR6 at 18 gigabits per second. And another article from videocars.com, it says AMD Radeon RX 6950 XT with 18 gigabit per second memory could launch already in April. Following multiple reports this week about the updated AMD desktop series of graphics cards, there's another rumor regarding its launch date. According to YouTuber Cortex, who has correctly predicted multiple AMD launches in the past, believes that Radeon RX 6950 XT is set for a mid-April launch. This is much sooner than the reported then reported by GrayMoon55, who said that the series should not be expected till at least June. Furthermore, he says that there is no such card as the RX 6850 XT planned, which would suggest that not all Navi 21 cards are getting a refresh. This would make more sense if they just did a refresh on a single card, if they're already planning Rdna 3 launches for sure. That being said, we got, a new chip design coming out for the new GPUs, getting rid of old stock and just upgrading the memory speeds. We do know, for example, that the biggest problem is within the memory space, production-wise, supply-wise. So there could be a ton of Navi 21 cards just sitting around that need memory modules. And now with this fresh GDDR6 that's running at 18 gigabits per second, you could repurpose at least some of the Navi 21 stuff, slap the faster memory on there, get that out, and you're good. So you're just basically getting rid of old stock, and then of course move on to the new chip design that will also still include that new memory speeds, right? So that's kind of what I was thinking about how this is going. This rumor comes just hours after Moore's Law is dead, confirmed with his sources that the refresh will not see any 6 nanometer node upgrades. That's going to be safe for the RX 7000 series is what I would think. And MLID YouTuber specifically mentioned 6950 XT, 6850 XT, and 6750 XT SKUs in his report. AMD RX 6X50 XT series is mainly to offer upgraded memory speeds to 18 gigabits per second, which on paper is a minor 12.5% spec bump, but it may put AMD ahead of some recently announced RTX 30 series. It would also, that specification bump is going to be more important to miners. If you just want to get rid of like old stock and like you want to move on to, six nanometer manufacturing process, all that. I mean, if they start, I think the best selling card they could do, like if I'm strategizing over at AMD, is I'm saying, you know what, throw the faster memory on like the 6750 XT or the 6700 XT and the 6800 XT is what I would be thinking. Keep the price down, get those all out to all the miners with the faster memory, because we could be looking at closer to 70 mega hash a second on a 6850 XT, right? And depending on the price, that could be a fantastic deal, especially if we're able to also dual mine some TON along with it. I mean, heck yeah, boys, I'm down. Let's do it. Interestingly, Cortex says that there is no Radeon RX 6850 XT plan, though, which means that the 6950 XT might be the only Navi 21 card to get an update. However, this week has already been full of leaks regarding the new series, so we might just as well wait at this point for another set of rumors about the 6000 XT series. So we got tons of rumors here. We have launches just coming down the pipeline from AMD, and they're all good news pretty much, except for the top end card of the 7000 series only getting a 256-bit bus. Give us a big old bus, AMD. Give us a big old bus of GDDR6 at 18 gigabits per second, please. That would be awesome. 384 bits. Let's go. That's going to pretty much wrap up all the news topics for today. Everything's really exciting. Everything's looking really, really promising. This has been running since I started it this morning, and it seems super reliable. So at least on the 6950 XT, this is the way to go, the most profitable that I can see. You're pretty much taking no hit on the ETH, and you're getting almost full performance on the TON. It's amazing. It's great. I'm excited about it. Let's go ahead and talk about mining profitability for the week. I got my trusty dashboard pulled up here, or for the day. And this is the most profitable mining Ethereum has been in 2 weeks. We are at 0.0874 ETH. Now, we aren't making as much ETH as we were, like, let's say, Monday and Sunday when we were dealing with the whole Bored Apes thing happening. But for the end of the week and price, as far as US dollar, we are pretty much there, right? I think it was Monday we had a really good day at like $260. Today we're at $257 with lower activity on the network, primarily due to, of course, the increase in price that we recently had in the crypto markets today. So we had a 10% increase on Bitcoin and another 10 to 15% increase on Ethereum. This is looking good. Of course, for Ethereum miners, things are feeling a little bit better. Still really not where it needs to be at for me to start upgrading, because I need some more capital, and it's still kind of on that line of really a lot of the profits personally are going to, you know, the power and the power and the rent, right? So or just operating costs. So, but we're recovering. It's looking good. Taking a look at what to mine, we also see it still is looking good over here too. We're finally above $4 a day after 10 cents a kilowatt hour power cost on the RTX 3090. Let's go ahead and make sure we get that Zelle cache in here properly because they don't have it in here. Remember, it's mini Z for Flux. Use that. You'll get this higher hash rate. Flux comes into third at $2.32 a day, behind Ycash at $2.46 a day after power. Conflux is right after Flux, coming up and making some definitely confusing placement as we go to talk on Twitter and people start getting Conflux mixed up with Flux. But that's happened already. Hopefully we can make the distinction. But it's going to be at $2.09 a day after power. And this Ethereum Classic looking like it's going to be the savior for Polaris Gpus thanks to this hard fork and implementing some of the good parts from the London hard fork of Ethereum. It's really pumping. It's looking great. $2.07 a day after power. I'm excited for it. Ryo, unfortunately, still a dead coin. I haven't been able to get a hold of Fire Ice UK. Hopefully, he gets back in the business and we see a good Crypto Night GPU miner. Updated, hasn't been updated since 2019. And, you know, some updates on Ryo itself. Ryo, though, to its credit, the dev's not been active, right? But it's a privacy coin that works and has continued to work and hasn't suffered any significant hacks, even though nobody's maintaining it. That's kind of impressive, which is weird. But let's go ahead. Cortex right after that, $2.11 a day, actually making it more profitable than Conflux, which is one of the coins that I know a lot of people are talking about on the up and coming. Ergo falls down below that, $2.01 a day, but it does beat out the Cero. So there you go. Bitcoin Z on a pump, which is extremely interesting. And we had a Bitcoin Z pool for a while. I probably have a few 100,000, maybe closer to 1 million Bitcoin Z sitting around somewhere. I don't know where it is. We're going to have to go find it because this is coming out of nowhere. I don't know why. I know the community's been active. I've seen them on YouTube. I've actually sat in and kind of in the background and listened to some of their live streams. You know what I mean? But I don't say anything. But I don't know. They're active. The project kind of died off and hasn't really had any like steam behind it for a while. It's kind of interesting that it's here. Ravencoin, unfortunately, still kind of like struggling to maintain profitability at $1.64 a day. So there you go. Let's look at the Polaris series. Let's look at the 2080 Ti on the green team. Let's see if Flux is more profitable on this than Ethereum. That's going to be a no. Ethereum at $1.94 a day. And Flux at $1.53 a day on the 2080 Ti. Let's take a look at Polaris GPUs. Primarily what we're looking at is how much is this ET hash coming up, right? Like Ethereum, $1 a day after power. ETC hash, 45 cents a day after power. It's coming up, but it's going to take a little bit more work. It just feels like, the The other problem with Ethereum Classic is even though we are getting this pump, things are looking good. It's feeling better for the guys that are sitting on too many Polaris GPUs, because I know that's a scary prospect right now. And if you try to dump them, it's hard to dump them, especially with jerk YouTubers telling people not to buy them like myself. But, you know, it is important to note that that is a huge portion of the hash rate on Ethereum right now. It needs Ethereum Classic to really do well, to move off of it, but you have the threat of the rest of the ASICs pretty much dominating Ethereum Classic at that point. So it's important to note all these types of things when we're going through it. Oh, let's talk about mining pool profits for today. Let's just keep an eye. Last 90 days, Crazy Pool in first, Mining Pool Hub in second, Flex Pool in third. Last 60 days, Crazy Pool in first, Flex Pool in second, Mining Pool Hub in third. Last 30 days, Crazy Pool in first, Flex Pool in second, Mining Pool Hub in third. Last 21 days, Crazy Pool in first, Flex Pool in second, Ethermine in third. Last 14 days, Crazy Pool in first, Flex Pool in second, Ethermine in third. Last 7 days, Flex Pool in first, Mining Pool Hub in second, Ethermine in third. Last 3 days, Crazy Pool in first, Mining Pool Hub in second, Flex Pool in third. For the last day, Crazy Pool in first, 2 miners in second, Flex Pool in third. We had already kind of looked at ETC, and it seems to always remain about the same, with ZET in first, Ethermine in second, and Mining Pool Hub in third. So we're not really going to rehash that out from the week. If we're looking at ASIC miners, we still have the KD6 in first. While the profitability is increasing on GPU mining, the profitability on ASIC miners have not increased at the top end. This means, like, if we're looking at the KD6, for example, it's not really any better than it was. The L7's looking a little bit, you know, worse for the wear, unfortunately. The ones that are looking a little bit better, I think, is like, nope, not even the Antminer S19s are still looking pretty weak. They really, like, today's market recovery did not increase ASIC mining profitability pretty much at all, unless you're looking at the Ethereum hash rate or the ET hash ones. So that's the way it goes. I did message BT miners to try to get a hold of one of these koi miners. I want to work out a deal with them to where I can afford to review one on the channel. So we're going to be getting, hopefully they said they'll work something out. I don't know exactly what the deals are going to be. Of course, for transparency, I'll let you guys know what the deal is that I get on these. Super intrigued. You got basically 98 terahash a second for 8,200. It's easily the most hash rate you can get right now for the price. Of course, you're getting something that's not like an official Bitmain or large company name miner, but these have potential. I definitely want to review them. So definitely, if you guys can as well, if you just go to like BT miners and hit their contact or whatever, and you just say, yo, or hit up their Twitter, say, tell them, don't forget, Son of a Tech wants to review the koi miner. Make sure you send him one and work out that deal, because we're interested in purchasing one, but we like a review before we purchase one. Let's work as a community together to get a review of this koi miner out, because I think this is going to be an interesting one to check out. Thank you guys, of course, for anybody that does tweet at them and help me, help you, help all of us figure out, you know, if these are really going to be a good deal. Let's go ahead and get into questions and answers. I'll sit down today and try not to fall down in the process. We did it. I did order a new chair yesterday. because now we have all the setups for the kids. I want to do like a little, I don't know, something over here. I have a little weird nook corner over here. I want to put a TV in. I kind of want this to double as like a studio / like, you know, little LAN gaming room for me and the kids. All these computers are all set up with like parental controls and games and stuff now too, which is pretty cool. So they can mine, they can game, they can do it all. Remember, super chats are never required, always appreciated, and the first to get responded to. At Son of a Tech will highlight my name in orange in the chat, making it easier for me to read. So that is the second priority. If you do not tag my name, there's definitely zero guarantee that I will respond. If you do tag my name, there's a pretty high chance that I will respond. If you super chat, there's a guaranteed chance. Basically, that's how it works. Stiggy38, thanks for the 20 knocks, says thanks for the shower we had together yesterday. Well, no problem. You know, it's going to be a little more expensive next time. Just saying. All right. For EMH says, that's Son of a Tech. Hey, mate, how are you today? I'm doing great. Hope you stuck around for that. Jay Bain says, that's Son of a Tech. You got back your SG tokens for the last 2060 KO you got on eBay. Paid 500 and got 535 back in SG tokens. So you got paid to buy a GPU technically. Unfortunately, they just removed eBay. I still don't understand how any of that worked, but cool. Cut the Corner 30 billion says, hi, Son of a Tech. Which part of Texas would you move to that is better for home small scale mining? Home mining, okay. West Texas. It probably wouldn't be very fun though. Right now, all residential power is going up. Commercial power is not. At this point, you know, I did talk with a viewer yesterday. I wanted to talk about this because there's this concept of like, I'm just going to mine as a hobby. You need to, you can say that to yourself, but don't say that to your mining hobby. Okay. Get your S corps in place. Get power at a commercial rate. Start working towards these goals. Treat it as a business. Businesses are hobbies. You can have a hobby that's a business. This is no different than creating a YouTube channel or a Twitch channel or whatever. Do it right from the get-go. Don't get yourself into some crazy personal taxes tied to your mining. It's going to be a nightmare. So it can be a hobby, but it's a hobby pretending to build a business. Does that make sense? How's that? Tactics says, at Son of a Tech, morning, on the new LOL miner, can we run 2 versions of an ETH miner instead of 2 different coins? Yes, you can. I don't know why you would want to, because it won't work well, but yes, you can. They even have it kind of set up like that. And I think they have a pre-made batch file. Pay Me in Crypto says, at Son of a Tech, is there increased power draw from dual mining TON and ETH? Yes, there is. There's most definitely an increased power draw. You are basically utilizing the entire GPU at this point. ETH is using the memory. TON is using the core. That means your power consumption is going to go up. But it's still better than just... It's still more power efficient overall, like extremely more power efficient overall, than if you were just mining one or the other coin by itself. Detroit Irish says, Best Buy has 6900s in stock right now for those who don't have a micro center. I would expect, or not expect, I would really hope that the 6900, with the launch of the 6950 XT, the 6900s come down to like $1,000 again. 6950 XTs take that $1,500 slot. That would be, well, perfect pricing, I think, at that point, even for mining, you know. Yeah, 500-day ROI technically on the 6900 XT, but it feels good. Like that still feels pretty good, I think. Jacob Madsen says, that's Son of a Tech. What are your thoughts on the Zelcore wallet? You know, it still needs work. There are really good integrations, specifically like The reason you want it is for like deploying apps. The signature system works very well. Places where it's lacking is, within the quick swap availability. Specifically, it's like your only option is to swap Flux for Litecoin, and there's not really another option. Like, that's kind of a problem. So while the interoperability looks good, from the parallel assets, etc., its function isn't as good, at least if you're looking at it from the perspective of the Zelcore wallet itself. Michael Molesky says, Asanvatech, did you look at the new T-Rex miner that came out last night and support dual mining on ALF? So your profitability on dual mining ALF is not near as good as your profitability mining TON, and that's specifically because TON only uses Core. So there's the answer to like what's more profitable. Now let's talk about Alphium or whatever, ALF. The problem with that one is going to be that it is only available on a geographically restricted exchange. So your liquidity options are basically nil, niche, nothing. There's no bridges, nada. That's going to be a problem for that particular coin. You're basically talking about needing to be in a different geographical location. So I'm not interested in actually approaching that particular coin at all on this channel until it is viable for my geographical location. So that's where you're at as far as that goes. If you look at something that's comparable, right, or you look at not comparable, but newer coins and what they do to solve this issue, you got to be bridging, right? Even if you have a large fee on the bridge, like TON does, 5 TON to bridge out, at least you have a decentralized bridge to get out and liquidate as a miner. So they got to get on that if they want to be taken seriously, in my opinion. DM says, that son of a tech were those pool profits you read out for solo miners? No. Philip Kwan says, that son of a tech, compare to TON dual mining, what do you think about the Alphium? We already just answered that. Mesnet, that son of a tech, is Exodus wallet trustworthy in your opinion? I don't have much experience with it, to be honest. I am me says, Asanvatech, best pool for TON considering the latest TON pool hack. That was Whales TON didn't get hacked. TON pool did get hacked because of the nature of the giver contracts, etc. And that pretty much all of TON, as far as from a validation perspective, a consensus mechanism, is proof of stake. There is zero concern for a 51% attack, so just go with the largest pool, go with Whales TON, and call it a day. It's literally a moot point. There's no security flaws or potential for harm in that particular case, because the consensus mechanism is proof of stake. All the contracts is a way to distribute the currency out in the fairest manner possible, right? Like, that's why it is what it is. So Diego Mendez says, that's not a tech. What do you think is going to happen with mining after the Ethereum merge? It would be another coin. Probably. This is stuff we talk about every day on the channel. We keep you up to date as far as it goes. A great interview for you to check out would be my interview with the CEO of Luxor. We go into a lot of that surrounding it. The biggest problems, of course, post Ethereum merge, right? So post proof of stake for Ethereum is going to be a coin that provides enough liquidity for the entire hash rate to come off of it. You will see pretty much a forcing of all of the ASICs to go to another ETH hash coin. And that's going to basically probably provide all the security that Ethereum Classic will ever need, which is going to be insane because, Ethereum Classics had quite a few attacks, but that was probably presumably from all the other ETH hash ASICs, which is also another point that we could talk about that would be kind of interesting. Once the miners, especially those ASICs, are committed to another coin, another ET hash coin. That's really going to be pretty much what the ASICs do, and then the GPUs are going to have to make their own move, right? Whether that be Flux, and pretty much everything looks better on AMD or NVIDIA cards right now. So I presume we have a huge dump of Polaris GPUs unless something can accept them. I don't see those reselling very well. And I see those dropping off the network pretty quick, which is going to be interesting. I see most of Green Team stuff moving to something like Flux. I see the rest of the Red Team moving probably to like Ethereum Classic along with the ASICs. Potentially Ravencoin, but Ravencoin profitability is really not good on AMD either. The older AMD cards, it's going to be a problem, right? So pretty much where it's at. Let's see. Tomek says, @SonOfATech switch from Ethermine to Flexpool. Sole purpose of doing this is because Flexpool has better latency than Ethermine. You have less stale shares. Thanks for the advice. Awesome. Remember, you always have to worry about time on the pool as well. So give it some time to where the pool knows you're not pool hopping too. Alien Guru says, keep up the great work, SonOfATech. You're great. Thanks for your amazing explaining everything in detail. Thank you for watching and supporting the channel. It means the world, my dude. And then I don't know why I say my dude. I know I get it from Bits Be Trippin'. The Stick Shark says, @SonOfATech, I have an Asus Strix 3090 that is thermal throttling. If I change the pads, will that void the warranty? They will say it does. You have a right to repair in the United States. Figure out how you want to deal with that. I just always replace them. Georgery says, @SonOfATech, can you clarify what bridging is for the noobs? Sure. So what you essentially have is, all right, you have two networks, right? You have, let's just say, Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. So you got Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum. Well, you have tokenized assets on Binance, right? Let's say it's like whatever. Let's say it's wrapped Ethereum. And you want that Ethereum to actually be real Ethereum. So you want to basically bridge that asset. You want to take that asset and put it on the Ethereum blockchain. A bridge just allows you to basically take that asset and move it to another chain. There's plenty of them. We talk about them on a lot of different a lot of different guides, right? So here we go. So for example, see if I can do this. Let's say switch to Polygon. Withdrawal. All right, so let's say that I got right here, I went ahead and put like some Matic token in. So I have like one Matic token or whatever, and I want to like move it to the Ethereum chain or whatnot. But I would use basically this bridge to move it over, right? And you can go the other way too, right? So if I wanted to like move my, this is my public wallet, so people send me a lot of crazy shit, but we can ignore it for now. So let's say I wanted to move my Ethereum over to Polygon. I would essentially come over here to do that. This is a bad example because Polygon's down. Polygon sucks so bad. Let's do Binance. Which one can we do? We could do any swap. Any swap. Matic. Well, we don't want to do Matic today. Let's do the bridge. All right. So it's not pulling it up, but like if I wanted to move essentially from the Binance Smart Chain to Ethereum or whatever it may be, I guess these are the main nets that are available. Polygon, come here. So any swap works for multiple different networks. So I could move my BNB tokens from Binance Smart Chain to Polygon. I don't have enough funds to do it, but in this particular wallet. So that's what a bridge is. Hopefully that makes sense. I have guides on it. Gandalf Gray says, that son of a tech, I have been a long time investor in Litecoin and love the project. Would love to get an L3 plus. Is $1,000 good at 12 cents power, or am I nuts and you should wait? You should wait. Okay, reconnection successful. All right. I think we're back up. I think we're good. Godtrap says that side of a tech isn't Flux also, you mean core based, GPU based, dual mining for that next. It gets performance increase out of memory and core overclock. It's closer to Ravencoin. Basically, if you're on Flux, the whole GPU is being used. If you're on Ravencoin, the whole GPU is being used. Mario says, that son of a tech, what do you think of the 2070 Super for budget miners? You know, they used to be great until they kind of started getting overpriced, which I think they're still overpriced right now. Last I had checked. Drock says, that son of a tech, is it better to mine Ethereum? Oh no, we disconnected again. Drock says, is it better to mine Ethereum on Ethermine or mine on 2 miners and take Bitcoin payouts? That's going to be dependent on you, your latency to the pool, and your specific needs. That's too broad of a. I would need more details on your specific setup and all that sort of thing. And a lot of the times, that's going to be a decision you need to make. Sebi284 says, hi, I'm just wondering if you have heard about crypto project called Constellation DAG. No, but good job at shilling. Snark says, that's son of a tech, you should try the TGPP1 PP10 thermal putty for your next repad job. Use a piping bag to apply it. Oh yeah, got you. I have some from EVGA. I forgot what kind it is. Polytech says, ask son of a tech, do you know anything about push? I'm not familiar. If you know anything would be cool. I don't know anything about it, bud. Sorry. Ace Mining says, that son of a tech, Do you know a crypto exchange that can let us withdraw to PayPal or Skrill? Trying to find one. No. I mean, Coinbase maybe? NA City said, what do you think of Solana at Son of a Tech? I think that it's struggling. I think that Solana has been basically a foreshadowing of what's going to happen to ETH when it moves proof of stake. Godchop says, at Son of a Tech, okay, thanks. On Flux, my memory overclock does nothing at all. Really? That's interesting. I definitely get benefits out of Flux for memory overclocks. Georgery says, at Son of a Tech, what GPUs are you looking for upgrading? I am moving to ASICs right now until I'm at 50-50 split, and then we will basically power 50-50 split GPU rigs, ASIC, GPU, ASIC, GPU, ASIC, and that's how we're going to function over here for a while. Right now, I'm in the middle of getting power up, though. Mario says, that's Son of a Tech. How do you decide on what coins to mine except ETH to mine? In my case, I just basically, I was mining TON for a while until I got enough to stake it, and then called it quits there. Actually ended up selling that TON to do something else, but I do want to move it back in and stake it. Might do the same with Flux, like mine 1,000 of it just to do the node thing. Something along those lines. And let's see. What was the other question? Oh, how do I decide? I don't really decide. I usually just stay on ETH. I mean, I mine stuff that like I'm interested in if I want some to participate in the network. Like I mined enough Ergo to play around with the Ergo auction house and the swap and whatever else. Mesnet says, that Son of a Tech, is DAI a good stable coin to put your ETH over to before the next crash, or would you recommend another? I don't really care about which stable coin you use necessarily. DAI seems to have the most liquidity, I believe, last I checked. Dr. Blunt said, at Son of a Tech, what are your thoughts on Dogecoin? It's a dumpster fire. It's an Elon Musk dumpster fire. And Vitalik Buterin's gonna hop in on there and just accelerate that thing to proof of stake with 37% of its holdings in the top 10 wallets. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be really funny. Me just thinking about Doge. Let's see if we can fix this. I can't change that. Tron says, that Son of a Tech, could you explain the upcoming Ethereum Classic Mystique hard fork? Yeah, I was going to make a video on it. We talked about it yesterday already. I'll make a specific video on it. We already talked about it yesterday. It should be clipped this weekend. But I'll also do an in-depth specific video on it. Today, obviously, and we're still having connection issues, apologies, but we are going to be primarily doing a guide on what's happening over here today. All right. Should you buy, says, that Son of a Tech, will we ever reach 100% unlock on the light hash rate GPUs? I mean, technically, like, depending on what you mine, it's already 100% unlocked. For Ethereum, I don't know. I'm sure there's probably already people out there that have figured it out. It does seem like the mining community likes to, keep things to themselves in a lot of cases. I say mining community, the larger mining community. So it's potentially that has been done already, but also it's kind of a moot point because if ETH really does move proof of stake, it's the only coin that has a hash rate lock on it. So like whatever, just go mine Flux with it. Detroit Irish says you need to clip and upload the 2-minute review of Doge. All right. Pay Me in Crypto says, that son of a tech, have you seen Bit's video on the new miner? Seems like a scam miner. Yeah, I did see it. It really didn't interest me because it doesn't even seem like it's a possibility. Should you buy, says that son of a tech, what is the problem? What is the problem of mining coins have near zero BTC market cap? Liquidity and being able to actually pull out your funds is the problem. Fudweiser, thanks for the $10 Canadian. Says, I have a tough 3090 that I can't get over 83 mega hash a second. It's not throttling. Could it be a BIOS thing? It's throttling. You're just not monitoring the thermal throttling on the memory. That is textbook throttling on the memory modules. Blockchain Biscuit, thank you for the $20. How to mine ETH and TON? You tried and your hash rates dropped significantly. So one of two things is happening, Victor. Either, and I'm assuming this is an RTX 3000 series. Either your power supply is too small, it's not providing enough power to compensate for the increase in the power consumption, or the additional heat from adding on the other algorithm is reducing the performance. So you either need to upgrade your power supply so that you're providing sufficient power to the card for adding on a whole other algorithm and a whole other demand, or what you need to do is cool it down more. So you need to either put more spacing between the GPUs or something along those lines. So yeah, it's pretty much it. That's how that kind of goes down, you know. I'm looking for more questions. If you guys got them, please tag at Son of a Tech. It's good to see Fundum in the chat, so glad you're here. Good dogs, welcome. Carl Sagan says ETH about to go above 3K. I'm curious what this pump on Ethereum Classic was too, because it was pumping pretty good. Dang! Yeah. That Ethereum Classic pump is nice. I mean, if we like zoom all the way out, it's not great. Because I think at its heights, what was it at? Like 30? I don't know. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh, this is year to date. Let's go 1 year. There we go. What was that high back in 2021? 134. But yeah, $30. Not bad. Fundum says, is it possible that certain motherboards can pull enough power or as much as new ones? What do you mean? Possible that certain motherboards can't pull enough power. I'm not really understanding. Because the motherboard's not what's pulling the power for the GPUs. Scott Foxworthy says, that's Son of a Tech. Do you think HiveOS will have a new pool after ETH They have an Ethereum Classic already, Scott. Philip Kwan says, ask Tech, which wallet is best for liquidating TON? Just the web wallet, because you can directly connect that web wallet to the deal. I have 2 videos already on TON here. I'll link both of them, both the how to mine and the
chain.
Oh yeah. All right. So we have the how to mine TON, and that will go over setting up the wallet, and then more specifically that for your particular case, we also have how to cash out TON in that second one. So how to cash out TON. Sorry for the bouncing, but that's going to be basically how you do it. And I talk about some of the problems with it too. Andreas11G says, at Son of a Tech, can you make a tutorial how to do overclock on the NiceHash Quick Miner Octune on Windows? It's way better than MSI Afterburner. Probably not, because honestly, I just use Hive. And I'm not going to touch NiceHash on this channel. There's plenty of other channels that cover it. Let's Talk Caliber says, ask Son of a Tech, does it make sense to sell GPUs now so you can buy 40 series NVIDIA when it releases? Also, do you compete in GI or no GI? Okay, let's get into it. Buying and selling GPUs and then timing it is no different than trying to time the market. So, from my perspective, you know, a lot of these GPUs, you're going to be able to, what is it? Like, how long have the Polaris GPUs been relevant for mining Ethereum? I mean, 6 years? Maybe longer? 8 years? Any of the new GPUs are going to be relevant. So, you know, the position you don't want to get in is that you sell it and you can't rebuy it. It's kind of like buying a car right now, right? Like, people are like, well, I could make a lot of money on selling my car right now. Sure, yeah, but can you buy another car? Right? It's the same thing with the GPUs. So that's going to be like up to you as far as that goes. I'm not really in a position where I'd want to sell even a lot of my GPUs, other than potentially right now, if I'm dumping anything, I'm dumping like Polaris GPUs, RX, you know, 480s, 580s, 470s, 570s. And then I compete in GI, good sir. One thing at a time. Pretty focused on GI. I do some no GI, but I really haven't done a lot. Tactics says, does the new dual miner work on light hash rate cards? Yes, it does. The TON won't start mining until after the light hash rate unlocks have been applied. It's up to 5 minutes or something like that, I think it said. Kane Crawley says, at Son of a Tech, have you heard of Reflecto? I keep tweeting you and you check profitability, 20K US dollars for 1,000. I don't know what it is. Are you saying it's a mineable coin? Jacob Matson says, at Son of a Tech, can you talk about turning your crypto hobby into an LLC? I'm considering it, but I don't know where to start or what to expect. Go to Rocket Lawyer, pay them for an advisor. They'll walk you through it. Detroit Iris says, at Son of a Tech, how much is needed to stake TON? Good question. And I don't recall now. I believe it was like 10K or something. It's quite a bit. Let's get into it. Vacancies. Because there's 2. So yeah, it's 10K to become a nominator or a validator. I get it mixed up. And then what? Nominators are insane. But I believe they do something like $200 a day, but you're going to be spending 10K ton. Something like that. There you go. So I'd like to save up enough for one, but I keep spending my ton to do other stuff. So I don't know if I'll ever save up for one. And I don't know if it's worth it. Like I think you're safer with something like Flux. Obviously like Cardano, something like that. But the earning potential is pretty good. Good Dog says, thoughts on Cero? I really don't know much about it. IME says, that son of a tech, thoughts on the future of Ergo? Good potential, but, you know, in my humble opinion, some pretty huge oversight in regard to, you know, the emissions calculations they initially did, which is worrisome. Like if you're a developer and you're good at math, then why did you mess up the emission schedule so bad? Look, they're all a lot smarter than I am. I'm just saying it's worrisome from a investment perspective. Green State Hedge says, at son of a tech. Oh, where is it? I missed it. Good Dogs, thanks for the $4.99. Crap. Yeah, Ringsted Hedge says, at Son of a Tech, my GPU distributor has the Asus TUF RTX 3090 Ti for pre-order for $27.50 USD. Okay, interesting. That's not as bad as I've been seeing. So that's a little bit better. Do they have an estimated shipment date? Global says, ask Son of a Tech, hey bro, always happy to see you online. Hope you can get the camera shake fixed. Yeah, well, I need to just actually do it. It's because it's on a standing desk that got broken. So, yeah. Tactics. What's up? Kane Crawley says Reflecto is not mineable. Then it isn't. Then it doesn't help miners. And I don't want to be paid in Shiba Inu. And I really don't like how shilly it is. It all sounds like a terrible idea. Everything you just said sounds terrible, Kane. I'm not gonna lie. We'll go ahead and read it to the whole chat, but I'm going to say I don't condone this. Reflecto is not mineable, but you are paid in, quote, reflections, end quote, based on daily volume. You are paid in BUSD, Shiba Inu, and Evergrow. Check out the pay table at least. No, that's scam. I can read, like, basically, like, if you're telling me that I'm going to basically, like, invest and then I'm going to get paid out in like 5 different coins and There's pay tables. That just screams pyramid scheme. Do you understand that? Pay Me in Crypto says, as son of a tech, I only see ETC and ZIL as dual mine options in ETH with LOL miner. What am I missing? You're missing the latest update? Right here? This one? Did you get 1.43 yet? Ringstead said there is no shipping date yet. They will only get 4, and they are a fairly large company. Kane, he says, it's not, dude. Its liquidity is locked for 10 years. Yeah, every single time they say, like, the liquidity is locked, who has access to it? It's the developers, and you get rug pulled. It's BS, dude. I've seen it too many times. It's the exact same pattern. What you're describing is like literally every single other liquidity pool that rug pulled everybody. You literally described every other liquidity pool that's rug pulled. That's what you described. Philip Kwan says, can you make a tutorial on how to dual mine TON on Hive OS? I'm going to be working on that today as soon as we're done with the live stream. We have a Bitcoin pump, 10% increase. It's over 40K. Nice. Well, I'll let you guys go, and we will get out of here. Be careful with the scams out there. Be careful with the scams in the comment section below. Make sure that you guys are doing the research you can. And getting going. Yeah, everything's looking really good today. Unexpected pump for February, so I'm pretty excited about that. You know, I was thinking we were hitting an early bear market. It looks like, to me, I don't know, like it's starting to feel like this whole Bitcoin super cycle thing has gone the way of the dinosaur, man. It looks like it is. Like we've broken out of the traditional super cycle, potentially. I guess we'll have to wait through like March before we can really state that for sure, but it's definitely feeling like it. I'm feeling pretty good about the markets. And I'm looking at Twitter now. Thanks everybody for shooting over Detroit Irish DJ Low Fauchot, tweeting at BT Miners and getting them information. It looks like they're replying, so this should be good. That'll be helpful. We'll try to get one from them. Andrea says that the pump is because of the jobs report in the USA. You mean the increase in what is it? It was unexpected, like we have added 200,000 jobs or something more than expected or something like that. There's a pre-made batch file in 1.43, Philip. And all you got to do is change your wallet addresses. Now, for TON in particular, you have to go register with Whales TON on Telegram, which is, you know, watch for that process, watch my how to mine TON guide for that portion. And I posted them earlier. All right, Rabbit, are you mining or not mining? Are you going to do a live stream right now? DJ Mines, welcome. Make sure you guys go follow DJ Mines. If you're gonna start streaming like here pretty soon, let me know and we'll move the viewers over. We're pretty much wrapping up for the day. We've covered everything. We've answered all the questions. I think we've been live for like a while. And I already said we were going down. So we had a drop off of viewers, so we're ready to call it. Look at them soaked goats. Okay, well, I'm not going to stay alive for 30 minutes. I got to go work on this guide. We got to start moving all of the rigs over. And I got to go reposition some 3090s, I think. Thanks for watching, boys. I will see you next Tuesday.